Hello, I'm Jordan. This is my CMN 2170 New Media Midterm presentation. In this video, I will discuss how culture jamming and appropriations on YouTube undermine capitalistic intent of corporate videos, though this subversion is nullified by the fact that the appropriations depend on the original meaning. YouTube is an arena in which... Sorry, excuse me a second. YouTube is an arena in which anyone in the world can upload any video they'd like to onto the site. At first, YouTube was rife with copyright violations, but as the site's popularity increased, so did corporate intervention. These corporations restricted the use of their materials and removed any copyright violations from YouTube, in effect creating a monopoly on their own material. With increased restrictions on commercial content, a new form of amateur videos emerged. This new form of video is amateur-created appropriations of the commercial content. Appropriations are essentially a form of culture jamming, and can take the form of remixes, mashups, or parodies of a certain video. An example of this is with the recent Christian Bale rant caught on tape and put online by the American media website TMZ. Because TMZ restricted the reproduction of the rant video, the only way for it to reach YouTube, outside of the control of TMZ, was through appropriations. Here's an example of a Christian Bale rant video appropriation that has garnered 2 million views on YouTube, far more than any other example of the content.
You fucking understand? I'm gonna fucking kick your fucking ass. Think for 1 fucking second. Shut up. Shut the fuck up. Think for 1 fucking second. Shut up. Shut the fuck up.
As you can see, this form of culture jamming is very successful at shifting the ownership of a video from corporate to private hands. What culture jamming does is subvert capitalism by allowing users to circumnavigate copyright regulations. For more information on culture jamming, here is media expert Dr. Michael Strangelove. Michael, thanks for joining us. No, thank you. I'm glad I could help. So, Professor, how exactly does culture jamming affect the meaning of the reproduced video? The problem for capitalism is that the production of meaning is beyond control and, to a certain degree, antagonistic towards corporate goals. So you're saying that because the appropriations undermine capitalism, they're also undermining how the original content is perceived? Yes, however, highly personal acts of interpretation and symbolic resistance are largely unintelligible if they are not part of the marketplace's production of meaning. So because culture jamming relies on the original meaning, does that mean that culture jamming is simply a reinterpretation or retransmission of the original intent? Simply a rearticulation of pre-existing codes. It is an attempt to create a new code, propagate a new faith, and lay the foundations for a new social order. It is an attack on the meanings and values necessary for the reproduction of capitalist society. Well, thanks a lot for your insight. To conclude, culture jamming on YouTube does an excellent job at subverting the capitalistic ownership of videos. However, without knowledge of the pre-existing corporate content, the appropriation of it is meaningless.